Yo. Oh yeah, I got my poetry book. Alright, so we're gonna drive around in my new 1990 Volvo 240, which I had purchased in Vermont from a widow. Very, wholesome story along with it. I already have it running because it's cold as balls out. I got some Dr. John playing. But yeah, it's been cold as balls. I got this fuzzy, like sheep's wool seat cover. Yeah, but we're gonna go on a drive. A little mystery drive, perhaps. And yeah, we'll read some poetry, possibly. But I think I just want to tell you about myself a little bit. I do. Oh yeah. What's up? I just filled up my gas tank, and we're gonna go read poetry. So, my name is Matthew. I'm making a new channel. This is my third channel, I suppose. Some of you may know me.
Recording. 2 channels started.
As
Wi-Fi enabled.
That's my dash cam. I'm just being safe, Some of you may know me as my alter ego, Mr. Quicksilver 2000, a very affluent
Wi-Fi connected.
Minecraft YouTuber of the late mid 2010s. 16 subscribers, pretty good. But it's about the engagement, and anyways, enough about me. Let's talk a little bit more about me. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself, because I feel like the person who I am now is a person that is worthy of sharing and having feedback and like other people to learn about. I feel like I've gathered enough things to add to the soup, add to the mix. We're gonna read some poetry. We're driving in my new 1990 Volvo 240 GL Wagon. We're gonna take a left here, or are we gonna go straight? We're just gonna keep going straight ahead. I just like to drive safe, so if I take pauses, you know why. We're out in western Massachusetts, in the northern hemisphere of the earth, and we're awake and awake in the dream, I guess. I don't fucking know. Yeah, so Matthew is a person who's into music. He makes his own music. He has basically gotten to a place in his life where he's gotten all of the things that he's really wanted, or like pined for. I'm kind of at a level where the shit in my life is here, and I feel like I've suffered a lot. We all suffer, and now there's this abundance and like presence of these material things, and I'm just like, whoa, what now? So I think I just gotta talk about it. Keep connecting with people, and hopefully be able to forward the gift and getting that out there. It's kind of just like that high vibrational stuff. High vibrational shit. And I saw this really high vibrational video out there by this dude. I'll link it or something. I'll put it in the description. And you know, it's just like one of those videos that if you're kind of in on that algorithm, it just you get this. Oh man, that is just fucking outstandingly beautiful. Like, look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit. Fuck. And, you know, he was just saying, like, if you spent a lot of time consuming, that's a perfect place to start creating. And if you feel stuck in your consumption, then if you start creating, you can kind of, like, warrant all of that time, I guess. You know, just driving, So that's kind of my goal, is, you know, I've spent this time collecting and getting the things that aesthetically speak to me, making myself look the way that I had envisioned, and embodying the traits and values that I have always wished to embody, and those being reflected by the things I surround myself with and have in my life. And yeah, they're all symbols. Signs and symbols with meaning and intention. So that's basically the first thing that I want to put out there for myself. You know, I'm kind of curious if there's things about me that you see in me without having really to know me, other than the things I've described, that like puts you in a certain place. I think that's really all I would want to know, is like, what do I give off? I think that's just so interesting. I think everyone wants to know that about each other. I think everyone deserves to know that. You know, because that's just like part of being a community, right? Like, part of being in a community of people that you feel like you're connected with is that they are able to show you what it is that you contribute, right? And I think that's hard for a person to accept or truly, you know, get that internal reflection. And I've done a lot of that. There's a lot of internal dialogue. But the external dialogue, it's the same sort of practice, and it's just something that I'm not as comfortable with. So, if anything, I've kind of become more comfortable with talking with myself than I have with talking with other people. I'm not sure if you guys can relate to that at all, but I know at a certain point in my life it was harder for me to talk to myself. It was really hard for me to talk to both people, I think. I just had a hard time communicating what I felt. And being around in an area like this, yeah, I wipe a little bit of my snottage on my hand. Does anyone else do that? Just a little bit? A little bit. And I shake your hand, and now you have my cooties. Yeah. I don't know, people say I have a nice voice. People say I got like a cozy vibe, a style. I don't know if I'm just saying these things to make it feel like I'm worthy of putting myself out there. I don't think I need any of these things to just be able to speak. And I don't need to post this. It'll take some time to edit together. And I'm not going to say the right thing. I'm not going to say the right thing every time, but that's kind of the right thing to say. You know? I'm just going to try to keep going up. I want to see, like, if there's a way for me to just keep on going higher so I can get, like, a really good view, and then maybe when I get a really good view that I'm happy with, I can kind of park off to the side and we can read a poem. But yeah, the algorithm for that that you guys have probably seen before, if this is being suggested to you, because it will kind of read it and analyze it, is like that whole, like, if you're reading this, like, if this has found you, it will only find you at the right moment, or that sort of a thing. And I've always deemed that to just be a product of clickbait and just boosting engagement. For me, there also is a part of it that is true, like we're saying, like these words, they're symbols, they're intentions, they're sentences, putting together sentences. And I want to put together sentences in a way that can make sense. Sometimes, not all the time. But the algorithm is just another tool for, that sort of plan, right? Like the divinity to unfold, for the knowing to occur. It's just all things that we've built, are ways for us to come to know that. Like a hammer, or a hammer builds the house makes a home, the home makes a family, the family, keeps expanding until you find yourself, sitting there with God, like you're in God's family. We're going down. No, we're not really going up. So here we are at the Ashfield Lake. This is the place where my Volvo has taken me to read you some wonderful poems by Sun Ra. And if you're a jazzer like me, then maybe you'll glean something from it. My plan to not fall through is to follow some tracks. And I think that seems like the best plan. Because, this has been frozen solid for probably, I don't know, maybe a month now. But it's my first time ever being out on a frozen lake. And it's my first time ever being on a frozen lake and reading poetry. So I'm just kind of following some tracks that are already well trodden. Looks like some... Whoa. So it's probably shifting. I'm hearing... Wow. There's a ice fishing hole right here, but as I was saying, pretty sure this is solid. I've seen people bring like ATVs and stuff out here, so I think we're good. But it's a bit... The noises, I wasn't expecting the noises. I will be honest about that. But this is kind of what faith feels like. A frozen lake. Frozen lake is kind of what faith feels like. There's a lot of things that you feel are out to get you and mean to harm you. And you never really know until you know. And until then, you just take a single step and trust that you'll be supported, that you'll find solid footing, right? Maybe I could write a poem while I'm out here too. That could be a nice way to end the video. I also just kind of want to do some inspecting here. I brought my... Oh, well, wow. Look at this. I think that's a pike. How fresh is this? I want to see. Oh man, that's solid. I mean, I feel like this is the time to be at the beach, you know, where you can just hang out. You don't even have to swim. It's just as easy as walking. God damn, do I want to bring my Volvo out here. And the sound was traveled for a long time too. Just doing some more inspecting here. Looks like someone else has like a little rod apparatus going on. What a fun activity. Well, I'm gonna find my spot and we'll get back to you. Hey. This is the little spot that I got going on. This is the little spot that I got going on. This is the Epcot World Showcase Norway blanket that I got before I actually went to Norway, because I was so excited about going to Norway that, you know, the one from Florida had to do. It's cool though. It's pretty cool. So let's sit down and read some poetry. I got my bag, and I'm standing on my blankie so I can put down my bum. This is going to be, I think, difficult. We'll see. Got my mittens on, too. It'd be nice to bring, like, a stand or something. But, I don't know. Something about this feels like faith to me. Did you hear that, bro? That's like thunder. It's like thunder when you hear, like, God crashing down. It's just like, I'm so boned. Like, I'm so fucked. If God wants to fucking strike me down right now, I'm so boned. I like it though. It's actually a little bit calming. But this is a cool one. This is a 3-pager. It doesn't give a page number, but so this is The Immeasurable Equation by Sun Ra, volume 2. And this is the one that's titled Revolving Spheres. So here we go. Sun Ra. Try again. Sun Ra. Revolving Spheres. Revolving spheres. Revolving spheres. Ornamented tinkling glass. Burnished gold and bronze. Remembrance. To remember. Thought creatures. They are not of the earth born. They are airborne. Of sound in words, flex their wings, rush and run to and fro. Observing man. That's awesome. Thought creatures. Intellect unsurpassed by the earth man. laugh in their folded wings, laugh in their leisure journey, constantly watching, constantly observing man, night and day. They are of the between world. Revolving spheres continued. Thought creatures of the between world. Not of this world, not of any visible world, but another world, plane, dimension, unbeknownst world. Fantastic, they say, impossible, and all the while the anxious creatures watch, flex their wings, pulling strings, influencing the emotions, the affairs of man. These thoughts, sometimes they flex their wings, sail toward dawn, sail towards the past. Move back and forth in time, move back and forth in dimensions. Superb intellect, all creatures, they always are, long before man they are, yet few men know of their existence. Few men pause to wonder at their marvelous power, their potent ever immortality. And continue to the last page, their constant reiteration that there are differentials of evil, and some evils come from God. And that is by Sun Ra out of Immeasurable Equation, Volume 2. Hope you enjoyed.